Did Trump's victory surprise you? Or did it feel inevitable, like a story we've read before? His re-election speaks volumes about the political dynamics of our time, the power of branding, and how Democrats are struggling to navigate an increasingly polarised landscape. In this moment, it's not just about what Donald Trump did right, it's also about what Democrats failed to do. His win in the 2024 election forces us to confront tough questions. Why is America so divided? Why do Democrats face impossible standards? And most importantly, how can they do better in the future? Trump's resilient base. Trump's success lies in his unwavering support base. He might ramble, contradict himself and face relentless criticism, but his voters don't care. To them, he represents change, or at least resistance to the status quo. Even as his rallies became increasingly chaotic and his legal troubles mounted, Trump doubled down on his core message. They're against me because I'm fighting for you. Whether it was true or not, it resonated. Trump also understands the power of narrative. While Democrats often bog themselves down in nuance, he paints in broad strokes, creating an emotional connection with his supporters. This connection is why his base sticks with him, even when his actions don't always align with their best interests. The economy and voter sentiment. Economic conditions often decide elections, and 2024 was no exception. Inflation, rising living costs, and global economic uncertainty created a tough environment for incumbents. Across the world, we saw sitting governments lose power for the same reasons. For many voters, Trump's promise of economic revitalization outweighed concerns about his leadership style or legal troubles. Democrats may have had stronger policies, but they struggled to make voters feel those policies would lead to tangible, immediate improvements. Democrats' struggles with messaging. One of the biggest challenges for Democrats is their inability to simplify their message. While Trump can make sweeping, if often baseless, claims like, "We're going to bring back jobs," or "We'll win New York," Democrats often get stuck in policy details. Kamala Harris, for example, faced relentless scrutiny during her campaign. Issues like her position on gender reassignment surgeries for prisoners became distractions that overshadowed broader economic and social policies. Instead of addressing these issues head-on, responses often came across as overly calculated, which didn't inspire confidence. When Harris narrowed the gap in critical states like Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, it showed her ability to connect in key moments. But it wasn't enough. Trump's messaging machine outpaced the Democratic response, leaving voters with lingering doubts. Why do Democrats have to be perfect? The 2024 election highlighted a recurring theme. Democrats must be flawless to win, while Republicans can blunder and still come out ahead. During the campaign, Trump's rallies were a mess. There were reports of internal disrespect and disorganization, yet none of it stuck in the way it would have for a Democrat. For Republicans, mistakes are often dismissed as part of the process. For Democrats, every misstep becomes a narrative about their unfitness to lead. This double standard raises a crucial question. Why is the Democratic brand so fragile? Part of the problem lies in how the party is perceived. For many, Democrats come across as overly political, establishment-oriented, and disconnected from everyday Americans. What about the issues? Trump's victory wasn't just about personality, it was also about issues where Democrats failed to connect. Take immigration. During the Obama years, the messaging was clear. We are a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. Obama struck a balance between enforcing immigration laws and advocating for humane policies. But in recent years, Democrats have struggled to find that balance. Instead of pushing back against Republican attacks, the party often finds itself on the defensive, trying to avoid controversy. This cautious approach makes it harder to connect with voters who want clear, confident leadership. The media factor. Trump's media strategy played a significant role in his win. Conservative outlets like Fox News dominate the narrative, while Democrats are still building their progressive media ecosystem. Shows like Pod Save America and Love It or Leave have made progress in reaching left-leaning audiences. but they don't yet have the reach or influence of their conservative counterparts. This imbalance means that Republican narratives often go unchallenged in many parts of the country. Lessons from the past. Barack Obama's success offers valuable lessons for Democrats. He built trust with a broad range of voters, giving him the space to discuss difficult policies. When he talked about immigration or healthcare, people believed he was speaking from a place of conviction, not political calculation. Today's Democratic leaders need to rebuild that kind of a trust. They need to engage with voters beyond their urban and suburban base, reaching into rural and working class communities. Reimagining the Democratic future. Trump's victory is the wake-up call for Democrats. The party must rethink its strategy, messaging and outreach if it wants to win in 2028 and beyond. Simplify the message. Democrats need to communicate their policies in a way that resonates emotionally, not just intellectually. Build trust. Authenticity and consistency are key. Leaders need to show they're fighting for everyday Americans, not just special interest groups. Expand media outreach. Progressive media must grow to counterbalance conservative dominance. Challenge Republican narratives. Democrats can't let Republicans define them. They need to push back forcefully and proactively. Think beyond 50-50. Instead of just trying to win by a slim margin, Democrats should aim to create a broader coalition that includes rural and working class voters. If you're feeling frustrated or even hopeless after this election, you're not alone. But frustration can be a powerful motivator. The question now is, what can we do to create a better future? It starts with engagement, staying informed, having conversations, and holding leaders accountable. Together, we can push for the changes we want to see. What do you think Democrats need to do differently? How can they rebuild trust and connect with more Americans? If you found this breakdown helpful, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Together, we can shape the future we want to see.